What is going on, comic book fans? Welcome back to the channel, and welcome back, yes, to another Final Order Cutoff recommendation and speculation video. That's right, guys, this is your early look at what's on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff, or at least the highlights, because I went over every single book that's on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff, and I picked out all the things that I like, both for personal reasons, and I did find a few books that had a little something in the guts for you speculators out there. Now, I also say an early look because I'm recording this video on Thursday. It is 8:44 a.m. on Thursday, September 12th of 2024, and DC, Marvel, and all the independent publishers have until this Friday, which is tomorrow, or at least my tomorrow, which is September 13th of 2024 at 5 p.m. to lock in what books are on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff. So that means they can add or remove books. So there could be some books that I miss, or maybe there's some books that I'm talking about or showing you guys on today's video that do not make the cut. So just keep that in mind as you're watching this video. Now, if you are interested in picking up any of the books that I am going to show on today's video, you guys have until next Monday, or this upcoming Monday, I should say, which is September 16th of 2024. Now, I'm not sure what the cutoff I'm not sure where the cutoff time is on Monday, but you guys do have to get your orders in by the end of day Monday. So that is everything you guys need to know about this video. So let's not waste any time. Let's go ahead and dive into the fun stuff, which is looking at all the really cool covers that I found on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff. Before we dive into all the amazing covers that I found on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff, I just gotta remind you guys, I'm only showing you what I personally like and what I personally think might do well on the secondary market. There are so many other covers and so many books that have really cool covers that I personally did not like, but that does not mean you guys might not like them. So guys, there are links down in the description below to the websites that I use to make this video, so that way you guys can see all the covers, because I'm sure there are covers there that you guys are gonna love, that you will want to tell your local comic book shop to pre-order for you, or maybe you would like to pre-order yourself online, and you can use some of those websites down in the description below to make those pre-orders. And if you do make those pre-orders, you can save up to 20% off the cover price on non-ratio books, which is a really great discount. So let's not waste any more time. Let's go ahead and dive into these cool covers. And we're going to start off with a cover A, which is fantastic. This is Transformers issue number 13, the cover A, done by Daniel Warren Johnson, featuring, I believe that is Starscream on the cover, all beat up and injured. Such a great cover. Now, next up is Transformers issue number 13. This is the cover F. This is the 1 in 100 ratio variant done by Omer. This is a great cover, like absolutely fantastic. Optimus Prime looks freaking epic, and guys, just think about it. It's a 1 in 100 of issue number 13. How many shops are going to be ordering 100 copies of issue number 13? I don't think that many, so that's why I think this might be an okay cover lover pick for speculation. So guys, keep an eye on this one, because I think this is a really cool cover. Now guys, next up is the Scorched issue number 34, the cover A, done by Thaddeus Robeck. Thaddeus is such a great name, but guys, this cover is so great. Not a good spec book at all, but I personally think this is a fantastic cover. You got Gunslinger Spawn, and then in his silhouette, you got She-Spawn, which is freaking awesome. All right, guys, next up is the cover B in the cover C for the same Scorched issue, issue number 34. Now, the cover B has the trade dress. In the cover C is the Virgin, and you're not paying any extra for the Virgin. You pay the same cover price, and this is done by Paul Renaud, and it is really fantastic. She-Spawn looks freaking epic, and if you look in the background, there's so many additional characters that are like this like lightish gray color. So cool. Such a great cover. And I think it's so great that Todd McFarlane in Image Comics is making the Virgin covers available for cover price. I think that's really freaking cool, and not like making it a 1 in 50, 1 in 100 like Marvel does. All right, guys. Now, next up is a really cool cover that I found, and I shared immediately with the Discord. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, make sure you guys are joining the Discord. It's growing every single week, little by little, and there are so many great community members in there. They are just, we all post books in there that we find that are absolutely awesome. Our polls, I don't know, being in the Discord is such a fun thing. I love checking it like multiple times a day. All right, guys, so this cover that I was talking about, it is Minor Arcana issue number 2. Now, this is the cover E. It's the final order cutoff reveal variant. Now, when I made this list, the artist wasn't available for it, but guys, this is gorgeous. It kind of looks like a Mike Del Mundo variant. I could be wrong. Hopefully, I will find the official artist for this cover as I'm editing this video, and I'll put it up on screen right now, but this cover is so cool, and I think it is Mike Del Mundo. The more I look at it, I'm almost certain it is, but like I said, I want to confirm before I give you guys that information. Now, guys, next up is another gorgeous, very interesting cover for Minor Arcana issue number 2. This is the cover B variant done by Riko Murakami. I want to say I pronounced that right, but this cover is absolutely gorgeous. I love it. There are so many great covers coming out for Minor Arcana. It's just the interiors are done by Jeff Lemire, and if you've never seen Jeff Lemire's artwork before, it's very interesting. It's not bad. It's just different and interesting, and it's nothing like the 2 covers that I just showed you guys. All right, guys, next up is an adorable cover. This is Garfield issue number 3 with the cover D, which is the 1:10 Virgin ratio variant done by Rain Gonzalez. Now, there is a following to Rain Gonzalez, so this might also be a good speculation pick because they do have a big following. Some of their covers do make the House of Stein top 10 list because they are selling well on the secondary market, so keep an eye on this. Because how many shops are going to be ordering 10 copies just to get this cover? I'm not 100% sure, but I don't think too many. All right, guys, next up is Action Comics issue number 1070. This is the cover B variant done by Wes Craig. Now, this is not an amazing cover, but I think Wes Craig doing Superman is really freaking cool, and I just wanted to share this cover with you guys. This also kicks off Mark Waid taking over of Action Comics, so if you're interested in that, make sure you guys are picking this up. I'm dropping this book personally because it's becoming a weekly, and I'm not interested in picking up a weekly book. All right, guys, next up is Absolute Batman issue number 1. There are multiple covers that I like for this book. This is the cover D. It's done by Mitch Gerards, and it is freaking epic. I am so pumped for this book. Scott Snyder is going to be writing it. Nick Dragotta is doing the art on the interiors, and this is just going to be an absolute badass book. Batman is just my favorite character. Now, next up is probably my favorite cover for this series. This is Absolute Batman. I shouldn't say for the series, for issue number 1. Absolute Batman, issue number 1 with the cover F, which is the 1:25 ratio variant done by Ian Bertram. Take a minute and really look at this cover. Really look at it. Don't just look at it as on this YouTube video. Go bring it up on a browser, make it nice and big, and look at the detail that he put into this. It is so gorgeous. It is so gorgeous. Next up is Absolute Batman issue number 1 with the cover K, which is the foil Virgin variant done by Nick Dragotta. Now, this is an open order variant, and if you are interested in the Virgin foil, definitely pick this up. I don't think this is going to be a good speculation buy. Definitely, probably one of the ratio books would probably be the better spec one, especially the Ian Bertram. I'm not 100% sure. I'm sure a lot of shops are going to be ordering a lot of this title because it's Batman and it's Scott Snyder. So I don't think any of these covers are going to be super duper rare. But if there's any spec ones, go for one of the ratio ones, and make sure you guys are checking other YouTube creators and other online bloggers and vloggers and all that stuff before you guys trust anything that I'm saying to you guys. Now, guys, next up is a really cool cover. This is Batman and Robin issue number 14 with the cover B variant done by Simon DeMeo. Now, this also kicks off the new creative team of Philip Kennedy Johnson and has art by Javier Fernandez. I'm really pumped for this. Philip Kennedy Johnson is such a cool guy. I met him over at Terrificon. He showed me some of Javier Fernandez's interior art for this book, and it was amazing, really good. But this cover by Simon DeMeo is just freaking fantastic. Simon DeMeo is just a stud artist. Now, guys, next up is Batman Full Moon issue number 1 with the cover A. And guys, I believe all the cover A's for the series are gonna be glow in the dark, which is so cool. And this cover is done by Steven Subic, and he's also doing the interiors on this book. Now, next up is a gorgeous cover. This is Uncanny X-Men issue number 4 with the 1:25 ratio variant done by Torrin Clark. It's Gambit. I love the pinks. It is really cool cover. And Uncanny X-Men has been a decent read so far as well. All right, guys, next up is a really interesting cover. This is Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 25, the 1:10 design variant done by Federico Vincentini. I'm totally butchering that. I am sorry, Federico. But this is a pretty cool design variant. I'm really digging it. It doesn't have the normal grid paper behind it like most design variants that Marvel does. But this is really cool. And I'm not sure if they're showing off like a new costume or whatnot. There was no speculation I found on Key Collector or anything like that talking about that. And when you read the synopsis for this book, it's just, you know, Miles Morales is a vampire now, and I guess his like vampire bloodlust is going crazy, and Black Panther is coming to put him down, or at least to help him at least. But this design variant is fantastic, and there hasn't been a ratio cover for Miles and I think a few issues, so it's really interesting to have a 1-in-10 design variant for this issue. So maybe a spec play there? Probably not, but you guys do your own research. All right, guys, next up is another cover from Miles Morales Spider-Man issue number 25. This is the variant cover done by Sarah Pacelli. It's just awesome. I think the colors are so vibrant and bright. He's in a really cool pose, and she just draws Spider-Man so well, and I think this cover is fantastic. All right, guys, next up is an awesome cover for Wolverine issue number 2. This is the 1-in-25 ratio variant done by Alexander Lozano. Lozano is such a great artist, or Lozano. I'm butchering everyone's name today. He's just a fantastic artist, and this cover is so great. But what is happening to his suit? It looks like it's being turned into like spaghetti, or like it's gum, and it's like, you know, when you stretch out gum like this and it gets all stringy. I don't know what's happening, but this is a really cool cover. All right, guys, next up is another cover for Wolverine issue number 2. This is the Scotty Young variant. I show most Scotty Young covers on this channel because I think almost everything he does is really great. All right, guys, are there more? Yes, there are 2 more covers. Next up, Mystique issue number 1 with the 1-in-50 ratio variant done by Yasmin Putri. Fantastic. So good. Yasmin Putri is a fantastic artist, and I think this is probably my favorite Mystique cover from issue number 1 because that's why it's on the cover lover list. And this might be an okay spec play right here because I think the cover is gorgeous and it is a higher ratio variant, but it's a new number 1. It's a big Marvel character, so it's probably going to be a lot of these out there, but make sure you guys are doing your own research. Also, check to see if there's any retail exclusives. If there are retail exclusives, there will be more of these, but if there aren't retail exclusives, there will be less of these out there. Just keep that in mind. All right, guys, the final cover is Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 10, the 1-in-25 ratio variant done by Ben Harvey. It's not my favorite Ben Harvey, but this is actually really cool. It's Ultimate Spider-Man, you know, Ultimate Green Goblin. It is a really cool cover. All right, guys, that is it for my cover lover picks. Remember, there are so many other covers out there. Make sure you guys are checking the links down in the description below to see them all. And yeah, let's go ahead and move over to the next section, which are the few books that I found that have something in the guts. All right, guys, the only books that I found that had something in the guts for speculation are all Marvel books. And like I said, make sure you guys are doing your own research. You're checking other comic book YouTubers, other comic book websites, and other comic book apps before you do any orders on any of these books for speculation. Do your own research, please. All right, guys, first up is Ultimate Spider-Man issue number 10. Now, this is supposed to have the possible first cameo appearance of the Ultimate Black Cat. Now, reading the synopsis, it says nothing about that. But Key Collector has this down as the possible first cameo appearance of that character. All right, guys, next up is Uncanny X-Men issue number 4 with the possible identity of the Endling revealed, a massive threat to the mutants. Now, that is in the synopsis, and also Key Collector has that as well. So this could be the identity revealed of the big new bad. So pretty interesting right there. And like I said, Uncanny X-Men so far has been a pretty decent read. I've only read issue number 1. I think issue number 2 comes in the mail for me next week. And like I said, it was pretty good so far. All right, guys, next up is Wolverine issue number 2 with the debut of an all-new Wendigo. Read the synopsis. It states it clearly in the synopsis. But is Wendigo a speculation like worthy character? I don't think so. And a new version? Definitely not. All right, guys, the final book that I found that had a little something in the guts, The Spectacular Spider-Man issue number 8. And it has this great Humberto Ramos cover, but the solicitation does mention a new hero rises. Says that like in big caps letters, a new hero rises. Is that their possible first appearance of a new hero? I don't know. But that is probably the best speculation I found on this weekend's final order cutoff because it states a new hero rises. But make sure you guys are doing your own research. And guys, I always tell you to check these two places before you finalize any speculation orders. The Comic Book Frontier, it is a fantastic Facebook group run by my good friend Al. It's linked down in the description below, and also coverprice.com. They put out a final order cutoff speculation, what is it called? Like, it's a blog post every single weekend. It's written by Lefteros. His Instagram is also linked down in the description below. One of the best new comic book day and final order cutoff speculators out there. All right, guys, that is everything about speculation. Let's go ahead and cover the new number ones that are on this weekend's final order cutoff that I think you can't pass up because the stories sound so freaking good. 3 new number ones that I think you guys cannot pass up on this weekend's final order cutoff. And the first one up is Absolute Batman issue number 1. Now, this is coming from the writer of Scott Snyder. Just hearing his name on a Batman book, it's an automatic pickup. This does have art by Nick Dragotta. He's on the cover right there. I haven't seen the interiors for this. I will do some research and see if I can find some interior pages for this book, and I'll add those while I'm reading the description of this book, even though the description is super short and tiny. But let's read that right now. Batman legend Scott Snyder and iconic artist Nick Dragotta transformed the Dark Knight's tale for the modern age. Without the mansion, without the money, without the butler, what's left is the absolute Dark Knight. I mean, I didn't need any more, but that sounds really freaking dope, and Batman looks epic. Like, so great. Next up is another Batman book. We already showed the cover A for this. This is Batman Full Moon, issue number 1. Now, what's really interesting is this is coming from the writer of Rodney Barnes, and he's the writer on Kill Philadelphia, a nice big monster book, and that is a very popular book. I'm really interested to see what he's going to do with Batman and a werewolf. So cool. And this also has art by Steven SPEC. I'm super excited about that as well. He's a great artist. Again, I haven't seen any of the interiors for this. I'll do some Googling. I'll try to find them and put them, ow, I hit my elbow, up while I'm reading the synopsis for this one. This is a longer synopsis. So guys, let's go ahead and strap in and dive into this synopsis. An ancient and supernatural force stalks the streets of Gotham City. A Lycan so powerful it'll defy Batman's most trusted resources, his brilliant mind and extensive gadgetry. But are Batman's physical strength and resilience alone enough to put the creature down for good? Or will this fight strip him down to his very bones? Even powerful magical allies like Santana caution that Bruce might not walk away from this one unscathed. Eisner-nominated writer Rodney Barnes, the writer of Kill Philadelphia, and breakout artist Steven SPEC, the Riddler, Year 1, tear into a horrific tale of pain and redemption as Batman meets his match, the Werewolf of Gotham City. Each issue of this series will boast striking, glow-in-the-dark main covers. It's confirmed right there. I knew I read that every single cover A was going to be a glow-in-the-dark cover, and I am pumped for that. That is a great selling point. I will pick up every single one just for that. But guys, that is a really cool sounding book. I love monsters. I love Batman. Put those two together. Let's freaking go. All right, guys. Last book. I'm a little wary on this one. I'm not sure if I even pre-ordered this, but after reading the synopsis, and I really do like this character, I was like, you know what, maybe I will like this. And then I saw the writer on the book, and he is writing Thundercats, and that book is getting better with each issue, so I want to like this. So let's go ahead and talk about it. This is Mystique issue number 1. This is coming from the writer of Delkin Shelby and has art by Tom Brevoort. So, the cover A is not great. I believe that is done by the interior artist, so Mystique just is going to look weird the whole entire time. With that aside, let's read the synopsis and see if this sounds cool or not. Reminding the world to hate and fear her. I love that. Mystique is one of those characters that does. She likes when she's out doing what she thinks is best, and she doesn't care who likes her, and she likes when people fear her, and that is just a cool attribute to this character. How do you track a subject with a history that contradicts itself? How do you stop a force whose motives change like Quicksilver? How do you stop a target that can be anyone? That's the question that confronts Nick Fury as he stumbles upon a web of lies and espionage leading back to Mystique. From the ashes of Krakoa, the shape-shifting mutant terrorist returns to remind the world exactly why it hates and fears her. From award-winning creator Delkin Shelby, they put Moon Knight as one of the books that he wrote, which is interesting to me because Jed MacKay has been writing Moon Knight for years, and why wouldn't they put Thundercats or something else? I guess they're trying to call out a Marvel book that he wrote. But let's go back to the synopsis. Mystique shifts through the dark underbelly of the Marvel Universe to tell a tale of action and espionage targeting Marvel's most mysterious mutant. Now, what's also interesting in this description, why wouldn't they call out the artist Tom Brevoort? They say the writer, why wouldn't you call it the artist as well? If we go back to the two other synopsises, is that the right word for plural synopsis? They call it both the writer and the artist. That seems really weird to leave out Tom Brevoort. But this is going to be a 40-page book for $4.99, which isn't too bad. A little extra on top of the normal 32-page, or is it 28? Whatever the normal comic book length is. I totally forgot what it is at this point because every single issue seems to be 32 or 40, and I believe it's supposed to be shorter than that, but who knows? Who knows? All right, guys, that is everything that I found on this weekend's Final Order Cutoff that I think you guys should be interested in picking up for yourself. But guys, if I missed a book, a new #1, or a new ongoing story, or a new cover that you think I have to know about, make sure you guys leave a comment down below and I will pin it to the top if I agree with you that I think everyone should know about the book. So that will be the first comment that everybody sees. All right, guys, let's go ahead and wrap this video up. All right, we are at the end of today's video, guys, and this will be the last video for this week. I believe maybe I will try to squeeze in a haul video tomorrow on Friday, but I have a lot of stuff I need to get ready for this weekend. We have a busy weekend, like always in this house. The Moreau house is always so busy. But guys, if you guys watch from the beginning all the way to this point in the video right now, which is the end, I gotta tell you, you guys are legends. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. If you guys haven't smashed the like button just yet, do me a favor, smash that like button. And last but not least, guys, if you like that video and you enjoy comic content but you're not subscribed, I just get to say, what are you doing? Get yourself subscribed, hit that bell for notifications, and smash that like button. I guess this is smashing too. I should say, like, click the what is it called? The bell button for notifications or something. I don't know. Just make sure you click all the things so that way you guys are notified when I post new content. All right. That is it for me this week, guys. I'll be back on next week. Yeah, I will be back next week with the Wednesday pull list. And yeah, hopefully next week I will have 3 videos for you guys. I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna try to make sure I have 3, because I gotta do the previews highlights video soon too, because those are due, I believe, in 2 weeks, 3 weeks, something like that. I don't know. I'll do my best. All right, guys. You guys have a great weekend, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.